Guardians of the Nation, what is going on, guys? Your man Sly here, and welcome everyone to 2.4. Rise of Iron is fast approaching, and as of September 8th, we are officially in update 2.4.0, and this is just a short video of some of the intended and some of the not so intended changes that have made themselves known as of September 8th. Now, whether or not all of these changes are as intended, well, that's still up in the air. Nonetheless, I wanted to give a quick tour of everything that you can do and see with these new changes. One of the most obvious changes greets you as soon as you start the game. If you haven't logged into Destiny yet, you are instantly greeted by a new welcome screen and accompanying orchestral music. It sets the tone for the weeks to come. Take a listen, guys, it's pretty epic. Alright, so in this video, I just wanted to do a quick roundup of everything that's changed so far. Well, at least everything that I've noticed. Now, there might be more things floating around, but I'll get to them as they appear. First up, we have some crazy Cryptarch stuff going on. Blue special engrams are decrypting into legendary primaries. Exotics are decrypting over 335 light level all the way up to at least 338, at least that's the highest I've heard about so far. And most important of all, a new exotic has been dropping out of engrams. Whether this is intentional or not still has not been confirmed, but with all the problems going on, I'd say it's a total glitch. The new 3-round burst sidearm known as the Trespasser is dropping from exotic engrams. Quite a few people have taken advantage of this, and there is gameplay all over YouTube of this beast in action. Unfortunately, I don't want to waste my exotic engrams for Rise of Iron, so I haven't tried it yet. Now, while it looks absolutely awesome, it appears to be yet another sidearm that's completely fun to have, but nothing to write home about. So if any of you out there have had the opportunity to receive it, comment below on what you think and feel free to leave a link of your screenshots or gameplay of it. I'd absolutely love to see it, and that applies to everything else here as well. If there's anything I missed or if there is more to be seen, let everyone know in the comments so we can all take a peek at it. Alright y'all, first up, let's talk about some ornaments. Head over to the Blueprint kiosk and start taking a look at some of the weapons. Hawkmoon, Telesto, Truth, Monte Carlo, and Zalos Supercell all have those ornaments that we can now preview. If you have them with you or on you, you can preview them right in your own inventory. And some of these look spectacular. It seems that right now each of them only has 2 that you can equip, but I'm sure more will be unlocked through different quests when Rise of Iron gets here. As you can see by some of these, they are most definitely a welcome change to the bland weapons we've been using the past few years. Definitely, guys, definitely a nice breath of fresh air. While we're talking about ornaments and inventory, you'll notice that our quest page now shows up as progress. We also have the Rise of Iron record book here at the side, and it looks like all of our record books will be kept in this category. I still have the Moment of Triumph in my inventory, and I bet SRL will fit nicely in there as well. On the other side of the menu in your inventory, ornaments are in the middle, and finally we can see our leveling progress on the right hand side instead of hiding them way at the bottom. Also, is it just me, or is the shade of blue a little bit lighter than it used to be? Maybe a shimmery? I don't know. Looks different. Oh well, I like it. Next up is our old friend Evil Levante, and by the way, I still think that old lady is planning on taking over the world. Back in the day, you used to have to do patrol quests where you would gather relics, banners, spin metal, chemicals. I mean, look at all those computers back there. Straight up shady. But alongside with Rise of Iron stuff, she's getting new shaders, and some of them you can actually preview right now. Go to your shader kiosk, and there are 4 new ones you can take a look at. Sparkle Pony, nice name. Barrier Ethos, Stolen Chalice, and the Ointment. And as you can see, some of them are pretty sweet. The Ointment, too hokey green for my taste. I don't know, maybe Rise of Iron is all about hokey green. Who am I to judge? But right now, totally not my style. Alright, so a few more things to check out, and the first of which are packages. Now, unfortunately, the Vanguard packages didn't have anything new to show off. But if you rank up with one of the 3 factions, you can preview your package and there is new stuff to take a look at. The faction sparrows and a few other things. So if you had a chance to rank up, take a look by pressing Y, or I believe it's triangle on PlayStation, not quite sure. But preview it before you open it. Or if you're smart, you won't open it at all until Rise of Iron. Look but don't touch, right? Alright, the final thing is there are changes in orbit. Starting off with the Vanguard playlist, you can see that it is totally different. We have the Heroic Strike playlist at the top, and then the New Strike playlist here on the right-hand side. Now, I can't quite remember the name, but I think it's called something like the Siva Crisis playlist, or something like that. I'd have to go back and look it up. The Crucible didn't get that much change except for the background, and that now shows Guardians in some of the new gear. Mostly Trials and Iron Lord armor. Nothing major, but definitely nice to look at. The best part right here, guys, is this. Click on Earth, open, and then behold. Ta-da! Isn't she a beaut? This is something I've been waiting to see personally for a very long time. Look at the size of the Plague Lance, guys. It's almost the entire size of the Cosmodrome. And then, right at the bottom, we have our new home, Fellwinter Peak. Looks awesome. I was actually worried about this. Like, seriously, the DLC isn't as big as the Taken King. So I was scared we were going to get maybe just like one area within the Cosmodrome. Like, they would just add on a new small area. For example, you have the Moth Yards, and right next to it, Skywatch, all within the Cosmodrome. I was worried the new Plaguelands would only be as big as like the Moth Yards or the Forgotten Shore, but it's much, much bigger, and that is an awesome sight to see. That means there will be plenty of places to hide secrets, caves, tunnels, missions, you name it. This gets me just even more hyped for the weeks to come. Alright guys, one more thing I forgot to tell you all that is pretty awesome, and that has to do with shaders. Have you always hated that Hunter Cloaks never match the armor set? Well, now they do, and you can see right here some of the most common cloaks are now changing color based on what shader you're wearing, and there are a ton of combinations that are looking pretty good. So far, my favorite is the Jet Black Raid Cloak and the Queen's Cloak changing colors with whatever I put on it. I always hated that faded pink Queen look, but now you can get it to look like whatever color you want, and it makes it much, much more bearable. There are a ton of combinations out there, so make sure you try them and start looking fresh. Alright ladies and gents, that's all I can think of and all that I've discovered so far. I've looked at armory, no new signs of weapons yet. I've looked at all the vendors, kiosks, menus, and this is what I've found so far. I am noticing a bunch of higher level greens dropping on patrol. I actually picked up 6 green engrams that were above light level 200. I think I've only seen 2 the entire Taken King, well, besides the first couple weeks. And that just seems a bit high to me, right? Especially for a green. I don't know, maybe they were always that way, but it's just been so long since I've seen one. 200 just seems like, pretty high for a green. I'm thinking there might be a few issues with the loot and engram system right now. I'm sure we'll hear more about it in the next few hours, or at least by tomorrow. Alright y'all, I'm out of here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you notice anything else, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at SlyNation and comment it down below so the rest of us can go check it out. Always, guys, always a privilege and an honor that you choose to watch my channel with so many others out there. Keep an eye out for more vids coming out of Sly Nation here very soon, but until then, this is your boy Sly. Done, gone, out.